In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 11, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. West Virginia versus Oklahoma. West Virginia takes on Oklahoma in a highly anticipated Big 12 showdown this Saturday night in the Sooner State. Fresh off a resounding 37-7 victory over Brigham Young University at home, where they covered the spread as a 12-point favorite, the West Virginia Mountaineers are eager to carry their momentum on the road. On the flip side, the number 17 Oklahoma Sooners are looking for redemption after suffering their second consecutive loss, falling 27-24 on the road against number 22 Oklahoma State and failing to cover as a 6.5-point favorite. Despite the historical series favoring the Sooners with an 11-3 advantage, it's worth noting that the Mountaineers secured a 23-20 home win in their most recent matchup on November 12, 2022. West Virginia faced formidable opponents in their first 8 outings this season and managed to secure victories in 5 of them. Displaying offensive prowess, they averaged an impressive 31 points per game. Their passing game proved effective with 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and an average of 197.8 passing yards per game. Equally noteworthy was their ground game, amassing an average of 203.3 rushing yards per game, accompanied by 21 rushing touchdowns. In their recent dominating win against Brigham Young University, the Mountaineers took control early with a 27-0 halftime lead, ultimately sealing a convincing 37-7 victory. Quarterback Garrett Green showcased his skills with 205 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, while Jaheim White and C.J. Donaldson spearheaded the ground attack. On the Sooners side, a strong start to the season saw them secure 7 consecutive wins before stumbling against Kansas on October 28. Despite the setback, Oklahoma's offensive firepower was evident, averaging 42 points per game with a total of 44 touchdowns. Their passing game accounted for a robust 308.9 yards per game, featuring 21 passing touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Complementing this aerial attack was a potent ground game, contributing 20 rushing touchdowns and an average of 180.9 yards per game. In the recent clash against Oklahoma State, the Sooners faced a challenging 27-24 loss, with quarterback Dylan Gabriel amassing 344 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Gavin Sawchuk led the rushing attack with 111 yards and a score, while Drake Stoops delivered a standout performance with 12 catches for 134 yards and a touchdown. Determined to mount a strong comeback after the disappointing loss to Oklahoma State, the Sooners are focused on rectifying defensive challenges, penalties, and turnovers. Meanwhile, West Virginia enters this matchup on a positive note, showcasing offensive prowess in their recent victory against Bayou. Despite amassing 567 yards and securing 30 first downs, their performance was marred by penalties and struggles on third downs. Notably, the Mountaineers have consistently scored 34 or more points in their last 4 games, posing a formidable offensive challenge for the Sooners. Despite the recent setbacks, the Oklahoma Sooners to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. West Virginia has demonstrated a tendency to surpass the total, with 5 of their 9 contests exceeding the projected total this season. Notably, 3 out of their 4 road games concluded over the total, featuring combined point totals of 53, 45, 80, and 69 points. Conversely, Oklahoma has exhibited a balanced trend, with a 5-4 over-under record in their 9 games this season. While 7 of the last 10 meetings between these teams have exceeded the total, reaching such high numbers may be challenging in this matchup. However, given the offensive capabilities of both teams, the expectation leans toward a game that surpasses the projected total. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Ole Miss versus Georgia. Ole Miss faces off against Georgia in a highly anticipated Southeastern Conference showdown, featuring the number 9 Rebels and the number 2 Bulldogs this Saturday. Last weekend, the Rebels secured a hard-fought 38-35 victory over the Texas Aggies at home, maintaining their standing in the competitive Southeastern Conference West. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs continued their dominant streak, defeating number 12 Missouri 30-21 and remaining one of the 5 undefeated teams in college football. The weather forecast for Athens indicates overcast conditions with rain. Ole Miss encountered their lone setback of the season on September 23rd, falling 24-10 to Alabama. However, they have consistently showcased offensive prowess, boasting an average of 39 points per game in their first 8 outings. The Rebels demonstrated versatility with 16 passing scores and 21 rushing touchdowns during this period. In the recent clash against the Texas Aggies, Ole Miss displayed resilience, posting points in every quarter en route to the hard-fought 38-35 victory. Quarterback Jackson Dart played a pivotal role, amassing 387 yards with 2 touchdowns, while Quinshon Judkins contributed 3 scores and 102 yards from 23 carries. Tree Harris also delivered an outstanding performance, securing 213 yards and a touchdown from 11 catches. On the Georgia side, they cruised through their initial 8 matchups, averaging an impressive 41 points per game with 41 total touchdowns. The Bulldogs showcased offensive dominance with 16 passing scores, 5 interceptions, and 22 rushing touchdowns. Their efficiency on third downs, boasting a 54.9% success rate, played a crucial role in sustaining drives. In their recent encounter against Missouri, Georgia secured a 30-21 win, with quarterback Carson Beck amassing 254 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ladd McConkey played a significant role with 95 yards and 7 catches, while Dajon Edwards contributed 77 rush yards from 16 carries. Despite the Bulldogs' historical advantage in the head-to-head series with Ole Miss, winning 32-12-1 and holding a 4-1 record in the last 5 meetings, the Rebels clinched the most recent encounter 45-14 in 2016, even though they were later forced to vacate the win. Ole Miss has displayed resilience against ranked opponents this season, boasting a 2-1 record both straight up and against the spread. Georgia, with a 2-0 straight-up record and a 1-1 against the spread record against ranked teams, faces a formidable challenge, anticipating a classic Southeastern Conference showdown that stays close until the end. The Ole Miss Rebels to cover the spread as underdogs is our full-game side pick. Analyzing the matchup, the Bulldogs had the capability to exploit the Rebels' defense through both the air and on the ground, especially if the Georgia offensive line asserts dominance over the vaunted Mississippi pass rush. Limiting the Rebels' havoc rating will be crucial for Georgia, impacting their ability to slow down the efficient Bulldogs, particularly on third down and in the red zone. Ole Miss' impressive passing attack is expected to find opportunities for chunk plays against Georgia, a team that has generated only 19 sacks this season and isn't a lead in the red zone. Quarterback Jackson Dart is poised to make a statement against the defending champions. Considering the offensive capabilities of both teams, and with the last meeting dating back 7 years, the over-under trend favors the over. Georgia's games have seen the over hit in 5 out of 9 instances this season, while Ole Miss has recorded an over in 4 out of 9 games. The Bulldogs have scored 37 points or more in 6 games this season, while the Rebels averaged 37 points over their last 5 games. With both teams averaging the same number of possessions, a high-paced and high-scoring Southeastern Conference battle is anticipated. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Florida versus LSU. The LSU Tigers had a prime opportunity to reshape the landscape in the Southeastern Conference West Division last week. However, their road trip to Alabama, which held promise with a potential victory, ended in a disappointing 42-28 defeat. This loss extinguished any hopes the Tigers harbored of claiming the division crown and contending for a conference title. Having succumbed to both Ole Miss and Alabama, the teams ahead of them in the standings, LSU is now left to navigate the remaining games before awaiting a bowl bid. In the upcoming clash, it's the Florida Gators who present the next challenge. The Gators, seeking recovery after 2 consecutive losses at home, embark on a crucial road game. Florida, with a 5-4 record, still needs one more victory to secure bowl eligibility. However, with LSU, Missouri, and Florida State on the remaining schedule, the path to that elusive win is fraught with challenges. LSU enters the game with a 6-3 overall record, maintaining their status as one of college football's most entertaining teams despite 3 losses. In their recent matchup against Alabama, LSU suffered a setback when quarterback Jaden Daniels was knocked out with a concussion. His availability for for the upcoming game remains uncertain, but signs from Wednesday's practice suggest a potential return. LSU boasts an impressive offensive average of 45 points per game, ranking them third nationally. The onus is on their offense to deliver in this crucial encounter. On the flip side, the Florida Gators, with a 5-4 record, are coming off another loss in their last game against the Florida Gators. Outscored 13-10 in the fourth quarter, they eventually succumbed in overtime. Quarterback Graham Mertz showcased a commendable performance, completing 26 of 42 passes for 282 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Gators defense, ranked 62nd nationally, faces a significant challenge and must step up in this game. The key question revolves around LSU's mindset following the Alabama loss and the potential return of Jayden Daniels. If Daniels plays, the Tigers' offense is expected to continue its strong performance, possibly reaching the 30 to 40 point range. While LSU's defense has struggled throughout the season, there is an anticipation that they have focused on tightening up late in the game after giving up the final 3 scores against Alabama. Betting on LSU's defense to respond against a Gators team struggling to score on the road seems plausible. The LSU offense is poised to dictate the tempo against a Gators defense on the brink of folding. The Tigers defense, aware of the need to support the offense, aims to avoid forcing them to score 40-plus points, especially if Daniels isn't at full strength. Despite the lingering fear of Florida staging a late game comeback, LSU, with motivation still intact, has anticipated to deliver another complete game in conference play, reminiscent of their 48-18 win over Auburn. While the magnitude of the number in this game poses a challenge, LSU's defense, despite its struggles, has the potential to make any number seem formidable. The Tigers' consistent offense, coupled with its big playability, positions them favorably against the Gators. Trust in the Gators to contain the LSU offense is in doubt. Assuming Jayden Daniels is playing, the LSU Tigers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Considering the defensive struggles and offensive prowess of both teams, predicting a fair total in this game becomes a challenge. LSU, boasting the nation's #1 offense, excels both on the ground and through the air. Both teams rank in the top 40 in red zone offense and have demonstrated scoring prowess in recent outings, with LSU scoring 40 or more points in 4 of their last 5 games and the Gators scoring 36 or more points in 3 of their last 4. An offensive showcase is expected. Keeping an eye on Daniels' status is crucial, as it could impact the scoring dynamics. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.